ladies and gentlemen. Now, last year they um, started putting out numbers for the US Census, and they put out how divided the Afro Latino community is in America. So they're saying there's approximately 6 million Afro Latinos in the US, which makes up 2% of the adult population and 12% of the adult Latinos. So, how do they identify? More than 6 million people in the US identify as Afro Latino, according to new data from the Pew Research Center, who note that the life experiences of Afro Latinos are shaped by their race, skin tone, and other dynamics, including the country of origin. The research found that 6 million Afro Latino adults in the US make up 2% of the population. So, however, many do not identify as Hispanic, instead embracing their Black identity. Now, there were some that did identify as white, but the majority of them are identifying as Black, according to the census that was recently taken. On the census, Hispanic identity is part of a two-step question where one checks Hispanic Latino and or another box white, Black, or some other race. AZ Central analyzed the data and wrote that one third of Afro Latinos checked the box that said white, while 25% checked Black and 23% selected other. So Pew took AZ Central. They obtained deeper data, asking people directly how do they identify. She noted that more than 6 million Afro Latinos in America is a significant number. The multiple dimensions of Latino identity reflect the long colonial history of Latin America, during which mixing occurred among indigenous Americans with white Europeans, Asians, and enslaved people from Africa, the report says. Further, the identity can be shaped by the culture of origin or percentage. Melissa Dunmore, a writer, poet, and storyteller who lives in Phoenix, says she believes the Afro Latino population is growing through migration and through embracing Blackness. And it depends on the racial political consensus, said Dunmore. Rather, mother is Puerto Rican and father is African American. But I do think more people are claiming their Afro Latino identity. It is becoming less of a default to whiteness in terms of self identifying as Latino. The Pew research found that Afro Latinos experience racism from other Latinos and from the greater society. It notes that Afro Latinos are even more likely to be criticized for speaking Spanish in public rather than, so in other words, they're saying that they speak Spanish in the presence of white people and Latino. And that seems to be a problem. But we know that racism is very prevalent even in places in South America and the islands. Discrimination happens from everywhere, from the Latin community, from within my own family. Andrea Martinez, a daughter of a Latina mother and Black father, in schools, in churches, in our neighborhoods, everywhere. A report said in January claimed that many Afro Latinos were calling for more recognition during Black History Month. We are Black. We are part of the African diaspora. We just speak Spanish. This is what Nelson German said. The African continent influenced the world. We should embrace that and really give tribute to it now, because there's a lot of people who had to shed their blood and sacrifice their life for us to be in this position. We should show them some respect. So, and I think this might be shocking for the US Census, because they were so used to these people identifying as white, and they did. And like I said, I worked with some Afro Latinos, and I remember I seen probably about two of their driver's license, and they're sitting there with woolly hair with white on their driver's license, you know. And we know these folks did all of this stuff to bulk up their numbers, but these folks are actually, according to what it's saying, they're moving away from that. They don't want to be identified as white. They're now embracing what they feel is their blackness. They want to be identified as black and not white, and it's fewer of them. That's what I think, that's what took them by surprise during the census. It's fewer of them now identifying as white. So y'all gonna have to just tell me what you think. I mean, these are issues that are always going to come up whether we like it or not. But what do you think when the census was taken among Afro Latinos? The majority of them identified as Black. And that's a big shift from even 10, 20 years ago. That's a big shift. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.